All right. Good evening and good night, and welcome to the It's Your Perspective Talk Show. It is Tuesday, April 12th, 2016. My name is David, a.k.a. Kimba, a.k.a. Christian, alongside
Bingy Soup.
Yeah, we're back at it, Soup.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I just want to say that this is the It's Your Perspective Talk Show every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, weekly at 8 p.m. until. We do have a telephone number, 340-201-9005. You can also text us on a number as well. But most importantly, you have to go to our website, streaming live from the VI.com. Go to that website and click on the tab that says Watch Us Live, and you'll be able to see the show tonight, because we do have some special guests in the studio. We also have email as well, streaming live from the VI@yahoo.com. If you're too shy to call or text, send us an email. It'll pop up right here on my screen. We'll be able to get your comment or your question on the air right away. For our guest tonight, I think one of them has already heard this, but the other one hasn't. We are streaming live from the high-tech, low-tech studio, coming to you from an undisclosed location here in St. Croix, Virgin Islands. No radio or TV, internet only. Get your iOS phone, your Android, your tablet, your iPad, your Mac or your Windows PC. Open up your browser, type in streaming live from the VI.com, and you'll be able to see the show tonight. All our recorded live shows, well over 300 now,
yes,
YouTube and Ustream.tv. Just search for our channel. It's Your Perspective Talk Show. We got two Facebook pages. Soup and I represent CHS class of 1982. I want to send a shout out to all our classmates here, there, and everywhere. Just link us up and let us know how you're doing. But most importantly, to all our past guests, thank you for being on our show. We're on Twitter as well. VI Perspective is how you tweet with us there. We're moving straight forward and up, Soup. The show's mission is just to inform, entertain, and empower everyone. And Soup's got a very special words of wisdom, I guess.
Yes, sir.
You ready to bless that mic, man?
Yes, my brother.
Bless that mic, man.
All praises be to the living Jah Rastafari. I'm reading from His Majesty Haile Selassie I of Ethiopia. Speeches of His Majesty, and this one is on agriculture. From the beginnings of recorded history, right up to the Middle Ages, and even as late as the beginning of the Industrial Age, in which we live, agriculture has always constituted the fundamental source of wealth for the human race. It gives us great pleasure to be present here to inaugurate the College of Agriculture and Mechanical Arts, at the occasion which makes a great and far-reaching advance in our program for the promotion of agricultural education. This institution will serve as a source of inspiration in carrying out the agriculture program which we have laid down for the future. In establishing this college for the development of the natural wealth of our country, agriculture and animal husbandry, on modern and scientific lines, our main purpose has not been merely to develop and utilize these basic resources to supply the daily needs of our people, but in addition to produce a surplus to be shared with other countries of the world. Ethiopia, to some degree, has done this in the past. For example, when the world was sorely distressed by the lack of food, immediately after the Second World War, our country, although she herself had for 5 long years been struggling to recover from the terrible damage inflicted upon her during the war, was yet able to perform a significant service in supplying foodstuff to the countries of the Middle East. And we have been pleased to observe how, since then, our people have increasingly devoted themselves to improving the agriculture of our country. A country and a people that become self-sufficient by the development of agriculture can look forward with confidence to the future. Listen, St. Croix, on the VI, listen. Agriculture is not only the chief among those fundamental and ancient tasks which have been essential to the survival of mankind, but also ranks first amongst the prerequisites to industrial and other developments. We give thanks. Rastafari.
Yes, sir, Soup. Thanks for that. So as we listen to that, those words of agriculture from His Majesty, our guest tonight, there they are right there, Grantley Samuel and Luca. Grantley Samuel is GLG Plants and Produce, and Luca is with ARTfarm right here on St. Croix, U.S. Virgin Islands. Welcome to the studio again, you guys. How you guys doing?
Safe, man. Safe.
Doing great.
Doing good? All right, thank you, man. Grantley, you've been here before. Luca, this is your first time. Any as you guys have mentioned, any kind words of wisdom you guys want to share real quick as we roll on into this?
A speech, you just break down the last few sentences. We really got to stay on top of that, because agriculture is way bigger than what we really think it is.
Yes, sir.
Any kind words, Luca?
My recent word for myself is focus. If we all focus, we get stuff done.
Okay.
Definitely.
Okay.
Definitely.
So let's I guess we'll talk about the farming part first, real quick, and then we'll jump into the other subject matter. So you guys are both farmers here in St. Croix, and you guys are doing your thing. So how's it been going for you guys?
We were just talking, and this season in particular, you know, farming has its ups and its downs, but this season has been a blessed season. Most crops are doing great.
Okay.
Doing great.
So what kind of crops are you producing, Luca?
Our system is basically to produce a wide variety, because we have a farm stand is our main venue where we sell.
Okay.
We also sell to restaurants, but we grow many different things. So the list is long. You want to hear the list?
Give us a spiel.
Yeah, give us the top 5.
Okay. All right. So the top 5 would be tomatoes, and many different types of tomatoes.
Right.
Salad greens, many different types of salad greens. And then I'm going to list just 3 of my favorites that we're
Okay.
growing right now. Ginger,
Okay.
sweet potato,
Wow.
and onions, like true onions, bulb onions,
Bulb onions,
not
okay.
scallions, but
Okay.
And you sell them right on the farm too, Luca?
yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Great.
We sell everything direct to the customer. If we have extra, we sell to Seaside, quality food. We just started selling to Plaza, thanks to Grantley.
Okay.
And then we sell to a bunch of restaurants.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you sell plants also? Can you come and get the young slips from you?
It's not something that we do to make money, but if you catch me at the right time and I have more than I need, then I will sell them.
All right, great.
Yeah.
Okay. So Grantley, what about you as far as your farm goes? And
We know.
Well, unlike Luca, I try to keep mine simple. I do melons, eggplant, okra, cucumber, corn, tomatoes. If I'm traveling to St. Thomas,
Right.
that's when I go to me. Otherwise, that's my 5 right
Your
there.
5
Okay.
basic. Okay.
Along with my potted herbs, where I have like 17 variety.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
So Grantley, tell everybody, you know, where you're located, your stands, because I know you got 2 at least that I'm aware of.
Okay. I have Lower Loves Farm Stand. That's right on the farm.
Right.
Yes.
And then I have Southgate Corner every Wednesday and Saturday from 8 to 2.
Okay.
Yeah, Southgate.
Southgate.
Okay.
Okay. What about you, Luca? What about your?
We sell right at the ARTfarm on the South Shore,
Okay.
which is between Boy Scout Camp and Haypenny, and we sell Wednesday 3 to 6 and Saturday 10 to 12.
Okay.
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 Can I ask you something, Luca? Where did the word art farm came from? How you come up with that concept?
Well, so that might segue into the next part of this this whole talk. But I'm pretty sure my wife Christina came up with the name. I met her at art school in New York.
Okay.
Yeah, I grew up here. Went to New York for art school at Parsons, and towards the end of the first year I met her, and so that's a whole nother story. But she came down, and we had to move from Southgate Farms to the South Shore.
Okay.
And we had to come up with a whole new business
Concept.
and everything.
Okay.
And so that's when the name came.
Okay.
And the idea was, we were gonna grow food, but we also wanted to grow art and have art, because she's an artist, I'm an artist, and we
Great.
wanted to mix the two. But the reality is that food takes so much time that it's hard to get the painting done.
Right.
So,
Okay. So how many hours a day are you guys averaging out there?
Well, what you want to go first?
I knock off early today just because of this show.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
I leave
Thank
my
you.
farm at night every night.
Yeah.
At night, every night. Okay.
Night every night.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
So it's just long hours.
Yeah, man. I there from sometime just before 8 o'clock, and I there all the way till the dark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dedication, that's the dedication to it, you check?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Yeah.
And it's not for me, right? The dollars is to support what I already built,
Right.
but I love what I do.
Yeah.
Even
Yeah.
if I wasn't getting paid,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
what I would be doing.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
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 And this one in your family too, so I
Yeah,
know
yeah,
that.
yeah,
I
yeah,
know
yeah,
that.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Yes, sir.
Yeah. So Grant, I know when you were here last time, you were talking about, I guess some of the struggles in a sense with farming here. I mean, in a sense of some of the old farmers and the new farmers and the technology and how to move forward from there. But it sounds like in a sense you move forward because now you're growing and you have your produce going to the local stores and stuff.
Yeah, well, in anything you do, you got to try to make it better.
Yes, sir.
And I like to go places and see different things and come back and try,
Okay.
And I've been to a couple conferences, I've been to some farms in the States
Right.
and see the operation, and I try to just apply my little,
Yeah.
Okay.
Apply those things
what
to
I
your
see.
little.
Right.
Okay.
And go from there. And for the past 2 years, I've been doing pretty good.
Okay.
I know we went through a drought here last year for a good 9-10 months. And, how did you make out in that
Excellent,
drought, Grantley?
excellent.
How were you able to maintain yourself during that
Well,
drought?
agriculture was rationing water at the time.
Right.
But when you have dry season, it eliminates half of the insects you have
Bugs,
around,
right, yes, sir.
and it eliminates weeding. So I was more concentrating on land preparation and planting.
Okay.
So I did a lot of planting during that time.
Okay.
Okay.
And I was able to capitalize on that, and
Yeah.
it was just
What about you, Luca? How'd you make out during that period of?
Well, we farm with rainwater,
Uh-huh.
and we store it, and we can store quite a bit. But that drought was so severe for so long that our water supply went down.
Right.
Okay.
And I always need to leave a cushion because I have certain trees and plants that
Yes.
I don't want to die because I've invested time in them. So I had to back way off from trying to grow. We had to stop our season earlier than we normally do, and we reached a point where we're like, that's it. We're not going to try to grow to sell. We're just keeping what we have alive and
Right.
trying to. And plus, we had fires like crazy last year.
Right.
Bad, and we have sheep and we have some poultry also. But that drought was severe. But what's interesting for us is the drought was so bad that rats died or left. I don't know what happened to them, but mongoose left and insects left. Bad and good insects.
Right.
So when the rain finally came, there was no, rats only now are starting to be an issue, but it took so long for there to be any damage from rats. And the insects, they came on strong though when the rain came.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
and,
Oh,
and,
yeah.
and the bad insects came on really strong. And all the good insects that eat the bad insects or parasitize them or do whatever, those babies took so long. I was beginning to look elsewhere to see if I could buy some.
Right.
But then, and I told all the people working out, it's like, have you seen a ladybug? Have you seen a ladybug? And finally someone's like, I saw a ladybug. I'm like, all right.
Yeah.
And then it just, and everything kind of reached some kind of balance. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. So, Luca, as far as farming, this obviously is a passion of yours. So you said you went to art school, and so how did farming come in? Were you farming before and then went to art school, or you went to art school and then kind of made your way into farming afterward?
It's started with my dad. My family's from Italy. They moved here, and my dad always had a little garden. Small little garden. He grew bitter salad greens and stuff
Right.
like that. He would eat salad every day. Then he would cook the salad. It was a big thing. So he started that little glimmer. And then when I was in New York, I missed St. Croix bad. And I kept thinking of plants. I kept thinking of what we could grow, and I started exploring and reading. And it basically grew from there to the point where I kept buying at a farmer's market in New York, and the lady at the farm stand, she said, you know what, we just lost one of our guys. you should come. You should come work on the farm. And I was like, what? And basically, long story short, I worked on that farm for 2 months with 6 other young people. Actually, they weren't all young, but we worked hard and long. But the most important thing is we would sell in New York City. And the part I never witnessed, because my dad was a rancher. He worked with the Senapole cattle. But we never had someone come up to us and say, thank you for growing that meat. That was some great meat. But in New York, those customers, when they bought the lettuce, even though I didn't even seed it, but I harvested it, they were so grateful and so thankful and so nice that's the part that kind of really got me excited. I'm like, what? I'm making a difference. I'm doing something.
So they actually came back and told you that?
Yeah, I mean, they would come buy our stuff and they say, man, last week I got some of this lettuce. It was so good.
Yeah.
You guys, I'm so glad you're doing this.
Okay.
Because it's New Yorkers are pretty educated, and they knew already farming it's not an easy thing.
Yes,
So it just kept growing from that.
Yeah. So I think a lot of people know, I guess in a sense, know that farming can sort of be I don't know if thankless is the word to use, but you work long and you work hard, and sometimes you don't really get the full benefit of it. So what do you tell the young person that wants to be a farmer? Or Grantley, I know as you move up in age, maybe your son or maybe some younger youths that want to get into farming, and what do you say to them? To keep that whole farming concept going.
Farming, boy, I'm going to tell you. I've told a couple students that came to the farm, don't have dollar signs in your mind if you want to be a farmer. Have farming in your heart.
Yes.
Because if you have dollar signs, you ain't going nowhere.
Yeah.
Because that journey to start, it's a rough one.
You'll be farming for a very long time to really see the dollars.
It's a rough one.
Yeah.
But I have a serious passion for it, man. I tell you, when I first started, it wasn't no rodeo at all. It was rough.
Yeah.
But I stuck with it, and I believe that's why I'm doing good as I am doing now.
How long you say you're doing it now, Grantley? Here?
12 years now, full time.
12 years now, full time.
Yeah.
Okay.
I tell you, I've been to this where I was on my face already.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes,
Literally on my face.
Right.
I stuck with it. I just kept,
Yeah.
So, Luca, let me ask you, what do you see for the farming here in the territory? Do you see a future for the farming here in VI in a whole? Where you see the state? What is the state of farming for you here right now?
Well, it's interesting. I've been farming as my main interest now for 15 years.
Right.
And when I first started, I came back from New York and started farming by my house. Then I got hired over by Southgate Farms, and I worked there for about 9 years. But at that time, there was very few people growing the kind of stuff that I like to grow, which is the stuff I like to eat, which is different kinds of salads and different flavors. And now, I mean, if I stopped farming, I don't think people would miss me. There's so many people growing all that kind of stuff, little small farms, just popping up all over the place. It seems like people, and I would say this is even before Hovenza was going down. When Hovenza was closing up, people were talking about, farming, everyone's going to go on a farm. But even before that, to me, it was already rising.
Established.
A lot of talk came when Hovenza was going to shut down. Like, we got to start farming, and it's grown. But I think the growth has started steadily for quite a while. People.
Okay.
Every time there's some kind of scare in the States of people getting sick, that always people stop and think.
Yes.
And the issue of us being where we are, we can't just drive to the next town. I mean, we could drive to Frederickstead, but I'm saying we can't
go from country to country.
Exactly,
the next county or whatever you want to call it, parish or we're a small little spot, so we have to. I think people are just realizing why not?
Yeah.
I mean, St. Croix.
Matter of fact, St. Croix history was based on farming.
Yes, I.
They used to import people here to farm.
Right.
And that's when they had less resource.
Yep.
We have all kind of thing now.
They didn't have the USDA.
And we ain't doing it now, Grantley. So
it's easier now.
That's my concern.
Yeah.
I think we got a call here. Let's see here. talk show.
Hi. Okay. I just wanted to. We're watching you, but the voice keeps on going up. The two people, they say two words, and then the voice goes down. It's not the streaming. It's just the voice. We can hardly hear them.
Okay.
It's totally mute. There is no sound whatsoever.
You're not hearing any sound?
No, that's what I'm saying. No. Okay. I hear the people say two words, and then they keep on going, but we don't hear anything. And this does not happen once. It's consistent.
Okay. Well, let me check a few things here. We'll take a quick.
Yeah, please, because I don't think it is our iPad, but it's they're saying things and we cannot follow what they're saying.
All right, no problem. Do you have a question you want to ask our guest?
I'm sorry?
Do you have a question do you want to ask the guest?
That's my
No, not particularly, because until they can, we can hear what they say. It's like, I
That's
don't
my
know.
mom,
Check the sound, because something is wrong.
We'll check it out.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you much. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Okay.
All right.
They're saying things and we cannot follow what they're
Okay. We'll have to take a quick break here in a few minutes, and we'll check that sound out. But as you guys were saying there, one of the questions I wanted to ask you guys real quick too, Department of Agriculture here. You guys getting any support from them? Is that the Department of Agriculture getting any better with support? They helping? Any sense of direction from them?
Well, I would say yes. When I first started, some of the programs that the department and UVI have now, they never had them.
Okay.
And I think it was last year, or the year before, they came up with a beginners farmers program.
Okay.
And it was open to everybody, the public, everybody who want to be a farmer.
Right.
And I took it because I didn't know everything.
Yes,
and I went through the whole course and I learned a lot. And you have other people that didn't know that thing about farming, was well glad that they did that.
Okay.
So I wouldn't say that they don't do nothing at all, but they're doing stuff.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Maybe not as fast as
we expect it to.
Right,
but they're doing.
Things happening.
Let me ask you this: do they still have that program where they could where they leasing out the land?
Yes. You have to submit a business plan, though.
You have to have a plan.
Yeah.
Okay.
Submit a business plan.
Uh-huh.
Break down everything that you want to do and how you're going to do it, how you're going to market it. Turn it in, and then they'll call you.
They go from there.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Let me ask you guys a kind of a hypothetical question, man. Can you guys, if you were to double the size of your farm, is that something that you guys could deal with? Because I think that we all know that agriculture is the way to go. It's a major industry. You got tourism, you got agriculture, maybe some other things. But if could you guys see yourselves doubling your acreage at your farm?
Me, my total acreage that I would like to have is 10.
Okay.
Yeah.
How much you have now? How much you working with now? 5.
Okay.
Okay.
What about you, Luca?
Well, are you asking if we could physically do it, or if we could, if it would work as far as sales and stuff like that?
Sales and will it work?
Well, I think yes. It seems, generally speaking, yes. But there are times when, man, there's too many tomatoes.
You got too much, right?
There's too many tomatoes, or there's too many, not us, but I've had the tomato issue. I've had the lettuce issue where I go to sell it. No, we have 3 other farmers come in and selling lettuce. So I know there's times when that happens, but I think a lot of that just has to do with planning.
Okay.
Okay.
And I've told agriculture at different hearings and meetings and stuff. In Bermuda, I did an art thing there, but even though I was there to do an art residency, I was still interested in farming. But they had one guy that worked for the Department of Ag of Bermuda, which was called something else. But his job was to go to all the farms, visit the farms, write down what they have, write down what they're planting, and if he looked at that piece of paper and he could say, wow, all these farms are planting tomatoes at that time, in 2.5 months, there's going to be a lot of tomatoes. They actually speak to someone else in government, and they block tomatoes from coming from the U.S. or from wherever they're coming.
Okay.
So that all that people could buy is local tomatoes, because in the last month there's been so many tomatoes, but everyone's still bringing in the stateside tomatoes, and
just too much tomatoes.
Too many tomatoes. And you go to the restaurants, and a lot of them, they buy the plasticky tomatoes. That's what they have.
Okay.
But it takes planning.
Okay.
So I wouldn't double my farm unless I definitely had things set up where I knew people would want to buy that much stuff, because like it to me is one of the most stressful things, when you have to harvest all that stuff and then you have it sitting there. This is perishable goods.
Yes, yeah.
You can't just hold on and wait.
To it.
Yeah. Okay. All right, guys, we're going to take a quick break. Just hold that thought, and we'll be right back. Stand by. All right, we are back. This is the HO Perspective Talk Show every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Today is April 12th, 2016. Our guests in the studio tonight, there they are, wave to the crowd one more time, Grantley, Samuel, and Luca, local farmers here in the Virgin Islands. And one of the other things that I wanted to ask you guys real quick, as far as farming goes, I don't know. I guess I'm on this thing about agriculture, and we know how important it is, and just growing and growing and growing, so we can be even more self-sufficient. And that's why I was kind of asking the question about doubling the plots that you have, so you can grow even more. But in a sense, you're saying that it's probably not. I guess it could be done, but if you have tomatoes being imported too, then it doesn't quite make sense to grow more and more tomatoes.
Yeah,
it's sort of the way I would put that. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we have to have a stipulation with what coming in and coming out of the territory.
Eventually. But I mean, the first thing would be just for people to work together and figure out, and that's been talked about for years. I mean, I've heard many commissioners talk about that kind of thing, and it's not an easy thing to get farmers sometimes to
come on board.
To come on board, and even just to communicate with each other. I mean, your farming is, you're on your farm. you're working hard and you don't have time to go to a meeting and stuff like that. So that's why the Bermuda system works so great. I mean, this guy went to the farm and checked it out. You know, it was his job, and he knew all the farmers. He knew what they were growing. I mean, it was great, and that's the guy I got to visit, to tour farms with. It was great.
Okay. So what? Oh, you want to say something, Grantley?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
One of the reason is why I stick with just a few things.
Okay.
I don't try to grow everything, and I try to plan where I'm gonna sell it before I plant it.
Okay.
You know, and that's why I go to St. Thomas, I go to St. John. You know.
Right.
I have to have some place to let this thing off.
Okay.
When they come in, what are you gonna do with it?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You don't want all the food set and waste neither. Waste your time.
Yeah.
I got a few vendors in St. Thomas that I call if I know I'm gonna have a bumper crop. I call them and let them know ahead of time. Hey, XYZ is the case, and bam.
Okay.
That's gone.
Okay.
How the supermarkets here and St. Croix respond to the farmers?
Well, late last year and this year, I find they're doing a good job.
Okay.
Yeah, they're doing a good job.
Okay.
So long as you have good quality stuff,
right,
they take it, and they don't want it today and can't get to the next.
They want to have you on a consistent
regular
basis.
Yeah.
Okay. So has that process improved? Because I kind of got the impression that a lot of that wasn't going on as far as local farmers providing for the local stores, but it seems like that is becoming more prevalent now.
Yeah, you got a good bit of farmers going there.
Okay.
A lot of the guys that talk to me, I try to send them there.
Okay.
You know, because it's a win-win for all of us.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So what kind of improvements would you guys like to see? I mean, what is your wish list right now of things all farming related that you would like, you know, for your farm to improve the processes, the technology? I mean, what are some of your items on your wish list that would just make things a lot better,
easier,
simpler? You can produce more. What's your like top 2 things?
For me, a tractor. I need a bigger tractor.
Okay.
Bigger tractor, bigger implements. Okay. I want to move when I want to move.
Right. That land where you at, Grantley, is it under agriculture?
Yes.
Under agriculture grant?
Lease land from agriculture land.
So do they come in and
you
plow
have to
it for
submit,
you?
Yeah, you got to submit a requisition that you need plowing, tilling, harrowing, whatever.
Okay.
They come and they do it.
Okay.
You pay them.
Okay.
What about you, Luca? Your infamous wish list.
My main wish for St. Croix as a whole would be better water management.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm glad you guys said that. I'm glad.
That's important.
Because
that's vital.
Right now, a lot of people are drawing on wells, thinking that wells are going to be they're going to save us, but
we're surrounded by water.
Yeah, and if we suck those wells dry, that salty water is going to want to come in, you know. So we have to realize that water is life. Water is first.
Yeah.
You know, without water, you die quickly.
You die quickly. That's right.
Without food, you could live for a while, but water is so crucial. And we, you know, when those big rains come, most of it goes to the sea.
It hurts me when I see all the water just running.
Yeah.
You know?
So there's ways to catch it. Some people are catching it.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be as careful as I can, trying to make sure it slows down as much as possible on our little piece. But that would be my dream.
Okay.
And my second wish would be, you know, we're talking about stores and stuff like that, but when people buy directly from the farmer, many things happen. But that to me is the best scenario. And I know a lot of people can't because they're busy, they have kids, and life is hectic. But if they do at least once a week, man, that makes everybody better.
Okay. So as you're out on the South Shore there, I mean, you have any issues with salt water and salt coming in off the ocean and that kind of thing? Is that
well, I mean that's one of the reasons why we only use the rainwater.
Okay.
But not so much on the South Shore, but we would feel a little bit of the salt blast when we were at Southgate.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But rarely. That would have to be some serious high winds and high seas. But yeah.
Okay. All right.
So now we got Taste of St. Croix coming up, and Grantley's the poster man,
the face
of St. Croix, and you are the artist of St. Croix, Luca. So what inspired you guys to do this?
Yeah, how did it all come about?
This the man.
Oh, yeah.
This is the man with the vision here.
Well, so that's interesting. You know, I've been farming for 15 years, and I've been doing the Taste of St. Croix poster for 15 years, I believe. I think, is this a 15-year one?
16.
16,
Yes.
okay. So every year I have to come up with something new.
Okay.
And sometimes it's easy, sometimes right away I know,
Right.
and sometimes I don't. And there's years where the St. Croix Foundation and the Taste of St. Croix people, they were like, we want you to do this. We want it to be about education. We want it to be about growth. This year it was wide open. They were just like, you know what, Luca, do your thing. So during that drought, I started getting texts from Catherine, and she started gently encouraging me to get it going. So so around that time, I must have seen Grantley, and something just clicked. I'm like, look at that guy. It's a drought, and he's got produce, and it's beautiful produce, and he's got a big smile.
Yes,
and I said, let me just paint him, and I don't know if I asked him first or her first, but basically everybody said yes.
You just
I
went out.
remember.
You guys had know each other before that?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
cool.
I remember that thing to UVI in October.
Oh, the food fair, the World Food Day, or what?
World Food Day, yeah. We had a melon talk there too, and that could have been part of the whole.
It probably was. I forget exactly when, but she wants it early because they need to get it printed. They need to promote it. So that could have been.
Yeah. Because I remember we had that melon talk.
Because I got some.
Yeah, you got
I bought some.
Exactly.
And I love watermelon.
Okay.
Love watermelon.
Very rich in protein and iron and all those good
Man,
things.
it just feels so right when you have
Yes,
that if
sir.
you're working hard.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So Grantley, how did you feel? I mean, you know, when he says I'm going to
We're going to approach you and
I'm going to do a portrait of you for the poster for the Taste of St. Croix. I mean, what were your first thoughts?
You had come to the farm, right?
Well, to take the picture, once.
No, before you called for us, yeah, and you said that you're going to do the Taste of St. Croix poster, and you want to take the picture of me. I tell you, man, okay with me have no problem. You know, I just took it for like, okay.
Because he knows Catherine, he knows he knows the people, he knows. I mean, the Taste of St. Croix is 16 years. That's a major event for St. Croix. I mean, to me, it's like ag fair, carnival.
Well, yes.
You know, but Taste of St. Croix, man, is big.
Yeah,
that has like a worldwide effect. So he said yes pretty much immediately. He wasn't. There was no like.
Hesitation.
Yeah, no. He was on board, and I said great.
Okay.
So
you just took a picture of him, and then you painted the picture of the picture, basically.
Exactly. We set up a time for me to come visit him. The farm was muddy. We had finally gotten some rain, and right away we started talking about farming stuff. But we took a few shots out in the field. I wanted him. My vision was him in the field, holding a watermelon with the rest of his stuff around. So I took pictures of him out there holding a watermelon. Picture of okra. Picture he had sorrel at the time. Yeah. He had some corn in the background. You had the ridge of mountains that I love in the back.
Yes.
The chimney. So, but then I also took a few shots of him in his little shed. And we started talking about how sweet watermelon can be, or something taste-wise. I meant the smiles he started giving.
The
Huge smiles.
The melon that I actually harvest for the picture, it wasn't fully ripe.
Okay.
But when we bite into the melon, the flavor that we was getting, that is what set it up.
Yes,
he started smiling, man. And
I tell you, listen, anything that come out of the soil is, I get goosebumps right now, because that's the same thing that happened when I bite the melon.
Right.
You know, it was like,
So the actual painting is a combination of him smiling big in the shade, and him standing out in the field. I had to kind of put them together, and
so is that like an oil painting or a water painting?
That all these years I've done acrylic. I mean watercolor. Sorry.
Okay.
But this year, I just wanted to do acrylic. And because acrylic just gives you stronger colors quicker.
Right.
With watercolor, you gotta really lay it on thick, and it tends to be more of a dull painting. But this pops more, and I can't believe how nice it came out. I mean, it
Yeah.
came out great.
How long
Great,
take
great,
you? How long take you to do it?
Pretty quick, you know. Pretty quick.
Very quick.
Like a day or a couple hours?
Like more like hours, way less than a day.
Okay.
You know, and,
Okay.
and you know, I just want to say, since we're talking about art, you had Cindy Mail in here.
Yes.
Yes.
Cindy Mail was my art teacher.
Oh, okay.
Wow, okay.
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 I turned out the way I did has a lot to do with her.
Yes.
She was a very, very good teacher.
Yes. There was no Cindy. Yes.
Very,
a couple times.
You don't play around with Sydney. I mean, Sydney. Yeah, you don't. If she asks you to do something, you do it. So she was great. But and I just want to mention another artist, a guy named Charles Haas, who lived in Frederiksted. Used to paint. He used to do one show every year at the Botanical Garden. But he was a watercolorist.
Right.
But his whole thing was, if the painting isn't done by, I forget if he said 4 hours, then the painting's not gonna. It's gonna start not getting better.
Okay.
You're going to start overworking it. And watercolor in particular can easily, that can happen.
Right.
Okay.
So I've kind of kept that philosophy going for most of my art. You know,
Okay.
like it's really, for me, it's about a quick thing.
Yes.
You're trying to get a feeling on paper, on canvas, and
Okay.
so.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Grantley, this poster, Taste of St. Croix. I mean, what has it done? Are you super famous now as a
Man,
result of this?
I can't even I can't even put that in words, brother. Because it's like it's taking me to another level. It take me out of my box and all. 'Cause
Okay.
I'm not that kind of person.
Right, right.
You know? And the thing that they get
Mr. Superstar.
hey, everywhere I go, man, is like, what?
Grantley.
Yeah.
And it's a nice picture, man. I like the picture.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's serious.
It
It's a
came
nice
out
picture.
awesome. Every time
Yeah.
I look at it, I just got a smile.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah.
That big smile that you got right there, just like, yeah, that's
Yeah.
just
What about for you, Luca? I mean, you're an artist.
How that make you feel?
I'm very happy because this, to me, agriculture is such a crucial part of the Taste of St. Croix.
Yes.
You know, the Taste of St. Croix. It's about food. So, and agriculture is all about food. You know, because you're growing food to eat.
Yes.
That's the main thing.
That's right.
And it's great. This out of probably all. I mean, there's been years where people like love the poster, but this year it ties so much together, and so many people knew Grantley already.
Yes.
It just, you know, it gives recognition to farmers in a much bigger way
Okay.
than any of the other posters I've done, I think.
Let me
Okay.
ask you this, Luca. Was it the first one you had a person on it for the Taste of St. Croix?
No, I've done a chef, and that made all the rest of the chefs angry because they were like, you barely do business with him. Why'd you?
Right.
Yeah.
I did a guy that used to work with us, a guy named Tarek. He also was a waiter.
Okay.
He had big man dreads. He's holding a serving platter.
Yes, a platter, yeah.
So I've definitely done people.
Okay.
But this is probably the one where it's the most focal. I mean, this is about Grantley.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
This is about farming. You know?
That's why I tell you guys, when you asked me to be on the show, I couldn't do this without this man.
Yes, sir, for sure.
You know, I would have never feel right doing this without this man here.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. And he did tell me that. He said,
Yeah.
he said, David, I ain't gonna do nothing. Hook up with
without-
Luca.
Yeah, man.
Hook up with
yeah,
Luca.
yeah.
You know, so I guess it all worked out, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Taste of St. Croix is this Thursday. That's April 14th on at the DV Resort on the south side of St. Croix Virgin Islands. So if you want to meet Luca, are you going to be there too?
Yep.
Okay, so if you want to meet these guys and you're away, you got to get on that flight between tomorrow and first thing Thursday morning, heading to St. Croix Virgin Islands to meet these guys in person and enjoy all the good food. It's a big thing. It's a big event here. It's since I've come back, it's just been
growing and growing.
growing and growing. A lot of people go to it. It's just a big event, just as you say, like Carnival and Ag Fair. There's Taste of St. Croix. Maybe just a couple other events that are just big for us here on St. Croix. But real quick, anything else that you guys want to share about farming, about the whole artwork and the painting that you did? You just want to share with our viewers real quick?
Where you could be reached, where you could... where
Yeah,
you
yeah.
at.
Give us some of your
Contact information.
your social media contact information, just in case someone wants to get a hold of you guys.
Mr. Facebook.
Well, like I told you earlier, I got 2 farm stands, one at Lower Love, where the farm is actually at.
Right.
One at Southgate. Market days are Wednesdays and Saturdays from 8 to 2. My phone number is 340-332-3932. Email grantley4444@gmail.com. I got my personal Facebook page, Grantley Samuel, and then I have my GLG plants and produce page that you can see everything that I do and how I do it.
Okay.
Grandy, do you sell and Lower Love? What days are you at Lower Love selling? Do
Well,
you sell
the
there
Lower
at
Love
all?
farm stand, to tell you the truth, that only opens when I got counter rows.
When you got can, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And what about you, Luca? What's your contact information?
Well, my wife is the one that handles Facebook, and without her, I would be in trouble because I am not on Facebook.
Okay.
And Facebook has definitely been a great thing for us.
Yeah.
But you know, if you do a search for ARTfarm, you'll find us. The farm phone number is 514-340-514-4873.
Okay.
Yeah, I think shows like this that actually talk about all the great things that are happening on St. Croix and in the VI. I mean, there's good stuff, lots of good stuff. People working hard on different things. And,
Yeah. Yeah, I do see agriculture picking up. That's one thing I see happening since I've come back is there just seems to be more and more farmers growing, but I think it just needs to even be more.
We need it bad.
Yeah. When you look at the hillsides and you look out there, it's just, to me, there's just more bush that could be growing stuff. I mean, what are you guys' thoughts on that? I mean, could you guys like turn an area just into corn and watermelon and all kinds of stuff?
I mean, I think it goes back to that whole thing. If you're going to be growing on the scale that you're talking about, we would have to start looking at exporting.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Because, and I'm not saying we shouldn't, but you can't. St. Croix, there's a certain amount of people that just do not want to buy local.
It's true.
And,
that is true.
I think the reason it has grown so much is because the consumer is they want it.
Right.
Okay.
But we need to really increase that.
Okay.
As farmers increase, people have to just go out of their way and say, is this local?
Right.
Because, seriously, like in the last month, I don't understand why any restaurant or any store, like, there should have been at least tomatoes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And that just, I don't know if it's education, but it's definitely about the customer base has to be there.
Okay.
So for us to grow, because you don't want to grow acres of watermelon and not be able to sell it.
Sell it, yeah.
Because that's a waste of a
Time
lot of
and
different
energy.
of resources and then the human resource. So
Right.
Yeah.
Time,
Yeah.
fuel,
Yeah.
Are both of you guys considered to be organic farmers?
we're not certified organic, but just today I was composting mahi, lobster, wahoo, tuna. So we make our own fertilizer.
Okay.
And everything, we take wood chips, we take hay, and we mix it with that stuff.
Right.
And we have sheep. So basically the way we fertilize is with stuff from the farm or stuff from the sea, compost it, and that's what we fertilize. And as far as sprays, I hate spraying.
Okay.
Hate spraying, and if I'm going to spray something, I make sure that it is OMRI certified. It would be okay for organic production.
Right.
Okay.
But with that said, I just hate spraying.
Okay.
So if I can make the farm so happy and so rich,
Without it, yeah.
that's my goal.
Okay.
This year we have a row of peppers growing, and it's in one of the oldest sections of the farm. Those 2 pepper rows are busting with peppers. I mean, it is ridiculous. I've never had peppers so nice, and that is my goal, to be able to come back after a 4-year rotation and have the soil be better.
Yes.
Yes.
So yeah, that's
Okay.
that's-
Me, on the other hand, I do practice organic practices. However, I use conventional fertilizer.
Okay.
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 But I spray everything OMRI approved.
Army approved.
Okay.
Everything that I spray is Army approved.
Okay. Okay. All right. Good, man. Well, thank you guys for coming out. Grantley, doing
Thanks
hard.
for having us, man.
Yeah. Grantley, you working hard. Luca, you working just as hard.
Yeah, man. You guys
to
just
make
continue doing what you are doing, because we need a healthy food out here, you know. Stop that fast processed food to leave it to the side, you know.
Yeah.
So,
And big ups to you guys for the Grantley poster. Does that poster have a name, or like a sort of a name, or is it just I just call it the Grantley poster?
Yeah,
right?
I think that you got it. You know, Grantley actually called me to say, like, how's it going? And I said, good. He's like, this poster thing, man. and I thought he was gonna say, what have you done? But he was just a little overwhelmed and wanted to know if that was happening to me too.
Right.
That particular day, I think I was at Southgate, and the amount of people that was like, I'm like, this thing is crazy. This thing is, you know.
Instant stardom, right?
Let me call him and see what's going on over on that side.
It was something totally unexpected.
Like I tell you, out of my box, because I've never been put in that position.
Good. Well, Grantley and Luca, when you fellas do something right and you're doing it consistently, that's what happens. You understand me? Yeah, that's what happens.
Yeah.
You know, so
Yeah.
I give enough thanks for you to even think about, you know.
yes, sir.
You know?
Yes, sir. See that? Live.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
All right, man. Well, I want to thank you guys for coming out, Luca and Grantley, man, and continue the hard work. Educate the youth on farming and how important it is.
Because we know farming is not an easy thing. We know it's not an easy task. You know what I'm saying? You have to love it to
That's
do
right.
it.
Gotta love it.
Yeah, you have to love farming to do it. Yeah, man.
If you
So,
get inside,
Big
you ain't gonna come.
big rewards.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Well, thank you guys for coming out. Grantley
Give
Samuel
thanks,
and
give
Luca, both local farmers here in St. Croix, Virgin Islands, doing their thing, working hard every day to bring us the fresh local produce. Go check out their stands on the days that they're out there selling their stuff. Support local farmers, and you'll live longer. You add 5
Live
years.
longer, that's right.
You add 5 years to your life right away. So on that note, Soup, any final words?
Grantley and Luca, thank you much. Continue what you're doing. Much success and one perfect love.
Yeah, man, and we like to say one perfect love is our prayers and his blessings. When you put it all together, you get one perfect love.
that's right.
That's right. So that's how it goes down. And so I just want to say real quick, man, tomorrow is Wednesday, April 13th. That day is special for me and Soup and the show and what we're trying to do here.
Yes, right.
Because this is our 2-year anniversary. Soup and I have been blazing this up for 2 years, man. Over 300 shows. Talked to many people of all capacities of life, doing many different good things throughout the community. Want to thank all our guests for coming on the show. Want to thank these guys tonight.
Yes.
So we got a special guest coming in tonight. I'm going to be posting our flyer on that probably sometime after 3 o'clock in the morning. I don't want to take away from the thunder from these guys. But after I'll post that. We do have a special guest coming in tonight. She's been on our show a couple of times. But she's been on the phone,
so she's here live.
But she's here live, and she is involved in growing too, and planting and all this other stuff. And we'll let you know who that is. So stay tuned for that. But I just want to say real quick that this is the It's Your Perspective Talk Show. Our website is streaming live from the VI.com. Our telephone number is 340-201-9005. Shout out to CHS Class of 1982. Want to give a shout out to Soup Man for just helping out for the last 2 years. And we got plans. And
shout out to you, Kimber, for putting this baby in fruition. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we working hard. We just people have just been continuing to just tell us that we're doing a great job and just continue working at it. And we got some plans. Things are coming here soon. We don't want to give away anything just yet, but Soup and we got some things coming up here that is going to be real good for everybody. It's just going to even just make us more worldwide. We are now, but we'll be even more worldwide of what we're doing. And we're just going to continue to have fun and just going to continue to get guests. And if you're doing anything out there that's helpful, important, meaningful to the community, if you're here, there, everywhere, just call us up. All we got to do is put you on the schedule. As these guys know, we just put you on the schedule. Your day shows up. You just come on the show, and we talk to you and we have fun. All right, so thank you guys one more time. Grantley,
Thank you.
And Luca. Best of luck to you guys. We'll definitely have you guys back on again here in the near future, man. So we're out. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.